Dude, I gotta hit record. This is some ridiculousness. Are you serious right now? I just told you, said grab the camera. I jump, I go to grab the camera.
You said, can I move this whole?
Should I grab this? Should I move it?
You say this.
No, leave it right there.
But you said this. There's a tripod.
No,
so
why
when you,
would I move the tripod? The problem is
I don't know.
Won't be identical
if I ask you to grab the camera and you go over there and well, just listen to me. Listen to me. You go over there. You go over there, and I say, hey. Grab that camera. Let's measure this out. And you go, you want me to grab this? Well, yeah.
You said no.
Because when you say this, that means tripod. You should have just said, let me grab the camera.
No. That's moronic.
We'll measure this.
It's moronic. I just lost too many brain cells with that kind of BS. I mean, wow, this is bad. This is a whole new level of evil right here.
You're going to need the elbow pad.
Wolftick Nation, we meet again. Thank you guys for tuning in to once again another Wolftick Videos episode. On today's episode, guys,
this deja vu is hitting another level.
This is totally
like the fourth time we recorded.
It's like the fourth time we recorded this. Earlier we tried to film out here and the light was just in our face.
And then we tried it again with different settings,
and then we tried in Hot Springs
weeks ago.
Originally. If you guys saw the thumbnail, there's probably a skate park in the background. B-roll, there's going to be a skate park in the background because we could not get the job done. And the reason why is because it was crackhead central out there, man.
There was a lot of substances being consumed and people bathing in streams and
it was nuts.
And there was
this guy would not leave us alone.
This one guy was
he wouldn't leave us alone.
He was up there in the air.
We just did every little thing we can do down to in Florida, boom, boom, all the whatever is the thing to do,
He was hitting it hard in every direction, and he was like, I mean, you finally snapped at him a little bit.
I had to.
We got a video.
I had to get a little snappy.
You showed it the other day on the.
Yeah, I did. Anyway, guys, the good news is we are here for a new episode. And if you guys see behind us, we have got the all-new Mongoose Rebel X26 inch. Is it a BMX bike? Is it a dirt jumper? Is it a pump? A mountain bike.
A mountain bike, a BMX bike, a dirt jumper.
It's got it all listed. But we're going to do it on today's episode. We're going to be doing an initial impressions on this bike. We're going to be taking a little look-see at it, giving you guys some specs on it, right? If we can come up with some. We're going to be doing a magnet test, all right? But we are at a campground in beautiful Bismarck, Arkansas. We're at Lake DeGrace, old Wolfman's favorite lake here. We're spending
favorite lake in Arkansas.
Yeah, spending Memorial Day weekend here, and we're excited about it. So, guys,
get some work done, get some relaxation.
We're going to go on a ride here in a minute, and also on today's episode, we've got some adult film star male over there, baby. Old Jamie Daniels. I'm calling you Jamie Daniels. I know it's Daniel. I'm calling Jamie Daniels.
No, you already call him an adult.
It rolls off the tongue.
Star.
Anyway, Jamie Daniels sent us some mail, so we're going to do a little bit of mail time while we're out here as well. All right, guys, so please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn them notifications on. You want to get your hands on this bike, check out the affiliate links in the description below, and let's get into it.
Look at that.
Tell you guys what, this bike right here is such a good looking bike, all right? So the initial impressions on it, I love the look of it, and if you guys forgot to mention, if you guys forgot to watch the Elk City bike search video, make sure you guys go back and check that video out because that bike search was a whole bunch of fun, and there was actually 2 of these bikes, where I think there was like 3 of them. Anyway, but outside is when we first spotted it. Wolfman got excited, I got excited, and really these awesome neon grips and the pedals are what caught my eye, and I was like, dude, what is this? And it was like, please let there be one in the store.
What caught my eye is that naked front end.
Yeah, it's just so freaking cool looking. Such a clean looking bike. So anyway, guys, that was a really cool episode, and I'm so glad we went to Elk City and we actually found this thing. We had some trails there, and there's also a bike check at a bike shop there that we did.
We haven't released
We haven't released that yet. I'll be working on that tonight while we're camping because we work and camp at the same time. So anyway,
get this one done.
Just a very cool looking bike, super simplistic like we mentioned. Let's go ahead and get to the magnet test. Now, I forgot to bring the magnet from the shop, but I got a magnet on the end of the flashlight. The frame is going to be...
We have the scale. We've never seen how much this weighs yet.
Yeah, the frame is going to be steel. The crankset, the chain ring, and the freewheel back here are all steel. The seat post is steel. Let's go with the clamp is going to be probably aluminum. The bar is going to be steel.
Okay, so the stem.
Yeah, the stem. Stem's going to be aluminum.
Still stem?
Yeah, still stem. The fork is going to be steel. Oh crap, we got a steel chain. All right, we got a honkin', what do you call that? Kickstand back there. I think it's huge. This bike, for as small as it is, it's a 26, right? Small as it is, it seems like it weighs a whole bunch. Like when I was lifting it out of the truck.
26-inch wheels.
Yeah.
We don't know the frame size yet. You haven't measured it.
Well, I haven't measured it. Oh yeah, we'll measure. You measure. Anyway, the spokes, I don't want to get into it because it's always a thing. I think they're stainless. The wheel set is going to be aluminum, okay? So let's go ahead and start speccing her out here. Something that was interesting, and it's kind of back and forth. On the Walmart site, okay, you go through their site, look at their description. You guys can find this bike and fill links in the description below. You go through their site, and it says shortened, like they really focus on shortened crank arms, right, for this bike, so you can jump up curbs and take it to the skate park and ride it down the road.
There's a lot of ground clearance.
Yeah, this bike has a massive amount of ground clearance. And remind me, I want to measure that ground clearance, okay? But anyway, the site says it has 170 millimeter crank arms, but they're actually stamped 165s. So I like that. 165 crank arms with all of that ground clearance, which hopefully we'll show you guys and we don't forget.
Where are you going to measure it from?
Probably from the bottom of the crank, the shell, straight down.
Okay.
Because, I mean, the chain ring, I don't know if that really counts, but it's just, it's massive. But 165 millimeter crank arms. This bike, again, is a 1x with a 3-piece crank. We've got the Mongoose nylon plastic pedals.
Isn't it funny how it becomes a 3-piece crank when it's a BMX?
It's still, yeah, I think the only reason why is because if you think about like an IXF has the shaft and then it's got the crank on there, and that's one piece, and then the other arm basically you compress it on there, right? So it's kind of funny that because this is 3 pieces, it's called a 3-piece as opposed to the 2.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's made onto it. It's correct.
Wow.
I'm a professional. Okay.
Why in my mind is it?
Is it 3 as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Anyway, so we got the 3-piece crank on here. Very cool. I am not, like, we've done one dirt jumper, and Berserker Nick is the one that helped us out with that build. And that was a Mongoose Durham, right? 26-inch.
He was the main person.
Yeah, he was the main person. But it was such a cool bike, and he sent us that crank set, and I was like, yeah, it still is. And I was so lost on trying to figure out how in the world to put the shell and all that stuff. We got it figured out. But this one here is really accessible. We've got some hex screws here, or some Allen wrenches, some Allen wrench nuts. Allen wrench nuts?
Allen wrench nuts.
We got some bolts
Allen
right here.
head.
We got some bolts to take them crank arms off if we need to, okay? So maybe we'll be changing out the cranks on this thing. I'm not sure on the whole design.
I'm consuming too much adult.
Yeah, I'm not even sure about the design on this thing yet, okay? So that's going to be the crank set. We've got a 36 tooth chain ring up front, and that's followed by a 16 tooth freewheel. Be official, check the book, because we measured that beforehand. So 36 chain ring steel up front and a 16 tooth freewheel in the rear. And I guess it's not really a big deal. It's a free wheel or a free hub. I'm not sure if that's a big thing. It's a single speed, yeah. The downside with this, after talking about the crankset, is the wheel set. And this is also going to add in with some of the weight of this bike when we weigh it. We've got threaded 3/4 inch axles, both front and rear. I know it is.
I mean, that's what I grew up on.
Yeah, I mean, I know we're not going to have like
quick release on a BMX.
I know we're gonna have no like quick release stuff like that, but I just wonder if there's I don't know if there's like an upgraded like wheel set or something to do with axles. I don't know, maybe like a through axle. Could you do a through axle, threaded through axle? I don't know.
I mean, it's got
Just to kind of save a little bit of weight.
That front end, like what? I mean, have you got to that yet?
No, not yet. No. So anyway, it's interesting to me, and I know it's a BMX bike. It's kind of old school, right? A dirt jumper style. And I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying it's a little weird, and it adds to the weight. And we're definitely not used to threaded axles. You know, something a little strange. But let's talk about the wheel set. The wheel set's going to be 26 by 2.35. Of course, these tires look like they're made for the job whenever it comes to taking to the dirt track. They look just like the tires that Berserker sent us. So the tires, I think, are going to be very fitting and official for road, for BMX park. We're gonna go to the skate park with this thing.
You're gonna be riding that around the campgrounds.
Oh, I think, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So we've got that. They are the wheels are double wall insulated aluminum wheel set, and they are threaded for, are drilled for Schrader. So we've got that. Now let's talk about the brake. We've got one brake on this guy, just an old rear, old school looking brake. Mechanical. It's a 160 millimeter rotor in the rear. So it's very cool. It's got a disc brake.
I think we should, you don't think we should stay mechanical on this when we do upgrade? We'll talk about that later.
Maybe, yeah. We're going to be doing some upgrades of this thing because I have a feeling I'm really going to like this bike. And I know I've been saying that a lot lately, but everything's kind of really coming to fruition with our bikes and like putting a little bit of money here, a little bit of money there. And it's like I just fall in love with it. You know, like the Axum FS, we've got a fork ordered for it. So make sure you guys are on the lookout for that too. Now, this is something interesting. Maybe you guys can answer this in the comments. Yeah. You bought it. It was a drunken eBay purchase.
But that's not intended for that bike. But
Well, maybe it is. Anyway, so this is something interesting to me. Not so much the seat post tube diameter. It's a 25.4. It's very thin. All right. The saddle does look kind of cool there. You guys see that little mongoose emblem on there? Hang on.
I might be ordering some bikes tonight. I mean, some bike parts.
It's got a 25.4 diameter on the seat post tube, and it's steel. But the thing I'm tripping out on is, although we have a 4-bolt stem up front, that bar clamp, or the stem clamp and the bar is also a 25.4, which seems kind of thin to me, thinking that you could take this thing like a skate park and get maybe a little bit of air on it, you know? Is that something regular in the BMX world? Do you think it'd be like at least a 27.2? If I'm correct, is that upgraded?
Bars were they were pretty small around.
Yeah, I remember that too. Is the BMX entry level going to be a 25.4 and then it goes up to a 27.2?
Listen to you with numbers. I don't know, but I'm not used to you spitting out a bunch of numbers.
Yeah, so that's legit on them numbers, by the way, all right? Fact check me. So anyway, talking about the talking about the bar area, we do have that really cool 4-bolt stem that looks to be, I'm going to give you guys inches here. We're going to go from the stem cap bolt. That's 2 inches, all right? 2 inches on the stem cap, or on from the stem cap forward, like you measure a stem. Let's go with the bars here.
That's just the width of the bars, not including all the width.
Yeah, the bars are going to be right at 29 inches long, which I think that's what, like maybe 740? The bars are actually pretty wide for this bike, and they should be because we want some really good handling, right? And ability to kind of whip this thing around a little bit. The Mongoose neon grips, I love them. And
Well,
I mean,
like a marbly with black.
yeah, but I think they call them neon, but I don't know. They're just really cool, and they remind me of the. We went and supported this little bike shop a long time ago, and we bought some BMX grips, some blue ones. You remember those? And we've never installed them anything because we didn't really have any BMX bikes or things that could really go with the blue. But what's interesting to me is just how long these grips are by themselves. I mean, you could fit almost 2 hands on those grips because they're just super wide. So I guess just for maybe, I'm not necessarily bar spins because we have a cable, but turning, handling, jumping, your hands may move a little bit. So those grips are pretty cool. I like them. We've got the reflector up front. Now let's talk about the... Yeah, it's eventually going to come off because we want to make this thing look cool, right? We've got a rigid fork up front, and the dropouts look kind of sad, if I do say so myself. I mean, they're welded on there, but it just, the metal is very thin. Just little bitty dropouts that kind of worry me, especially putting a lot of stress on this bike and this frame because we're going to do it, all right? Now, when it comes to the steer tube looks to be a 34 to 34. What about the head tube?
That's a head tube.
Oh, that's not a steer tube?
The fork.
Oh, head tube. All right. The head tube looks to be a 34 to 34. Not positive. We do not have a caliper tool out here. Is that a big deal when it comes to BMX bikes? I don't know. It kind of looks like a 34 to 34, but then again, it could be a 44 to 44.
That means nothing to me because we would put if we put an air fork, we put a straight fork.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you guys kind of a rough estimate. It looks to be like a 3.5 inch rise on those bars as well. But I mean, all in all, I think the bike has such a cool look to it as far as the design of it. You know, it looks really sleek.
Mongoose was a major
looks cool.
player in my day in BMX back in the 80s. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were major back then.
Yeah, I mean, I know everybody, when we brought back the Mongoose California, everybody talked about having that bike or having some sort of Mongoose BMX bike. It seems like it was the leading guy back in the day. Oh, we forgot about this.
Oh, plastic little chain guard.
Yeah, a plastic little chain guard there. Didn't realize that. But anyway, I think that's pretty much the bike in a whole. Yeah, that's pretty much a bike in a whole. Okay, got that kickstand there. As a whole. Why don't we do the standover?
Talk about the seat at all?
Yeah, I showed them. It's
funky.
Yeah, it's a funky seat, but really you're not gonna sit on the seat that not much on this bike anyway.
BMX.
So let's go and do this, guys. Before we weigh it, let's do a standover. I want to show you guys the ground clearance that we've got from the crank arms, or the little shell back there, the bottom bracket.
You didn't measure the frame.
Oh, yeah, we got to measure the frame. Let's see. What do we think it is?
It's small.
That's a 13-inch frame.
Oh,
Dang, that's really small. Yeah, so hopefully we get a lot of maneuverability with this bike. But let's take this thing off here. Let's measure this real quick before I forget. And then we'll do a standover. And then remember, we got some mail time coming up, man. Old Jamie Daniels. I wish mountain bikes had that high of a damn ground clearance.
There's no stability, so I gotta.
We'll be still. All right, go down there. Slow.
Thank you.
Dude, that's at 11.5 inches. And the wheelbase, yeah, ish. And the wheelbase on this thing, about 3 foot 10 inches.
3 foot 10 inches.
Right, we're making contact with the tires, ish. Chunder. All right. So we've got that. Now, let's do the standover. You ready for the standover? Oh, yeah, plenty of room. Yeah. Plenty of room. Yeah, I like it. You know what I like about this is it's a 26er, 13-inch frame, very small bike, but it doesn't feel like the cockpit is too small at all. Which gives me...
I think we need to hurry and get done with this, go for a ride.
Yeah. I've got the Mongoose Guide right now, though. Mongoose Guides, there's some hills out here, guys. And that Mongoose Guide is a gravel machine. I can't wait to ride it right now. But anyway, yeah, I like the feel of this for sure. And these grips are just, there's so much to grab onto. All right, let's weigh this thing.
I think 31, 32, something like that.
This is going to be a 31.6. All right, we got 32.45.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what that is for the UKers, the Aussies out there. Kilograms, 14.720 kilograms. All right, guys, let's go ahead and do the positive and negative, who this bike is for. And then we're going to get to some mail time. All right, time for a little bit of positives, negatives, and who this bike is for.
Table out.
Positives for me, although there was kind of word on the street that this bike, and I don't know, that it's gone back up to $230, or I say back up.
It just come out.
A $198 bike. Somebody said in the comments that it's back up at $230. So
did you stop saying back up?
It's back at $230. So anyway, oh, it's at $230. Sorry, for $198, under $200. When we did go to the skate park, there were some skaters there, and the guy that used to ride BMX, and he was like, "Dude, that is heck of a bike for $200." You know,
that was awesome. Right off the bat, he goes, "Dude, nice dirt jumper."
Yeah, it was really cool. So he was a scooter guy out there. Really, guys, for the price, I guess I have to ride it, but as far as positives and negatives go, I really can't say anything negative about it.
Well, we don't normally ride before we do positives and negatives, so I don't know why you have to ride it. So, the positives and negatives. Well, it's, my positive and negatives are going to be like, it looks cool. Mm-hmm. It's a good entry level into a 26-inch BMX style, dirt jumper style bike. It's not quite fully BMX or dirt jumper in my opinion, but it's a little bit of both. I think it's good enough. I think besides the looks, which is really cool, it's got a little nostalgia factor for me, which I find positive. The simplicity I find positive.
I love that.
Yeah, there's so many things. I think this is a really cool bike to get into this stuff. I mean, I don't know. For $198, which is what it's at the time of filming.
Yeah.
Whatever you've heard, whatever. It is really hard to find negatives. I guess the negatives would be, I think they could have went a step further and on the pedals, went a little retro, got like the cheese grater style. I think the cranks are cool. I like the cranks. The positives.
I like that they're 165.
Yeah, a little shorter crank. There's a lot of positives here, but I mean, it's hard to really. It's an overall package. It's positive as an overall package. Mm-hmm. The negatives are going to be. It's a little heavy.
Yeah.
The pedals are not. I don't think the pedals match this project, this style.
Yeah.
I think they should have been metal cheese grater style. I think that's all the negatives for $198.
I mean, guys, and also, who's this bike for? I think it's for anybody that wants to get out on a BMX or a dirt track or a pump track or
use my previous reasons.
Or their neighborhood. And the cool thing is this is supposed to fit riders 5'2". to 6'2", I think it is. So it's got a huge wide range. And the cool thing is you don't have to be an adult to get this. You don't have to be a kid to ride it. You could be anybody riding this thing. So I think that's really neat. I think that's who it's for. It's for anybody that wants to not get into it too deep.
Who this bike is for, there's two types of people this bike is for, in my opinion. This is the best way to describe it. It's for the urban rider, to me, the younger or someone reflecting on their youth urban rider. I would say it's for the person maybe that wants to try like some BMX racing, but doesn't want to put the money and everything into it, because it can be a lot of money put into that.
Oh yeah, we know Big Sister Brenda.
Yeah, if you want to just get a bike and go out, I don't know if this, I mean, I don't even know what's required for you to qualify for it to be used for that, but I would think something like this just to dip your toe in.
Be a cool start.
And just see if you like it. And if you like it, then you could do whatever. But I think it'd be something cheap way to see if you like something like that.
It's a good way of
putting it. Is it going to be as good as other stuff out there? Probably not. But I mean, I think it'd be something to try it.
2 pieces of mail. Old Jamie Daniel, but I'm going to stick with calling you Jamie Daniels. First piece of mail, let's see what we got. Dude, you taped the out of this. All right. Okay, man, we are opening. Thank you. Let's see what we got, guys. You ready? Old Jamie Daniel, what'd you send us? Mailtime, Lake de Grey. Oh, I knew it wasn't coasters. All right, looks like we've got some, oh my God. Somebody's been watching the channel. There you go, he sent some bar ends.
You're gonna lose them.
That was a move, Jamie. All right, so we got the bar ends. Oh, hey, there we go right there. Some Zitto stem. That's a nice stem. Oh, what size is it? Okay, it's a 44 to 44. You know, looking at this frame now, that does look like those cups would actually fit that. So I'm glad you sent that. Gives me an idea. It almost looks like it might be a 44 to 44.
I don't know if it is or not.
Possibly, I could see it. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying it's kind of funny they sent us that. It's perfect. Oh, that's a sweet stem. Dude, I love the oil slick. The oil slick bolts just set these things off. That is a cool looking stem, Jamie. All right. Dude, oh, I'm not even showing the camera. I'm over here freaking out about it. He's Jamie, don't start. Look at that, man. That's pretty cool, Jamie. Well, thank you for that, for sure, dude. That's a different looking stem. Look at that.
It's really nice.
That's a really nice stem. Jamie, thank you. All right, we got any notage? I was wondering, this thing was super heavy.
Ooh.
Those are pretty. God, those are thick. Oh my gosh. Tektro, such a good rotor. We got Tektro rotors here, 180 millimeter, both front and rear. I already know, Jamie. I already know. He's talking about putting this on the Axum FS because we talked crap and said that it has the 160 both front and rear. We've got a set here. Yeah, the way it should have came. Feel how thick that is. You felt the package, huh? How old Jamie Daniels package feel?
Did you stop with the thickness too?
Get down with the thickness. Let me see that. Jamie, thank you so much for the mail time. I wish I could get loud and explosive, but we've got like people all around, you know what I'm saying? So appreciate the mail time so much, Jamie. All of the Wolf Tick, the Wolf Tick Nation, thank you guys for watching as always. You guys want to get your hands on this Mongoose, check out the affiliate links in the description below.
Too much adult beverage for me to do.
Yeah, we will, we're going to be going on the bike ride. We will see you guys on the next episode. You guys have a great, safe weekend.
Yeah, well, this will probably come out after.
We'll put it out on Friday.
Whatever.
All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one.
Yeah.